Here we go. Now, again, I need everybody to have your, calculators out so I can help you today with that. We're doing several things. First and foremost is, yesterday, hopefully, you're able to go through and make sure that you understand how to graph. All right? I think that's a really important part of Algebra 1 that you'll be doing in Algebra 2 and all of your math classes. So what I want to do is I want everybody to look up here, and we're going to start with question number 1. All right, and I'm going to ask you how to graph it. We're not graphing it on our iPad. You're going to graph it on your calculator, but I need someone to tell me how to graph number 1.
Oh.
All right, tell me, number 1,
Okay,
the first one. What would I do?
So go to y equals, right?
No, you're just telling me how to graph it by hand. If I had to ask you to graph by hand, just tell me the process. What do I do for this?
So y is 0.
Yes.
And then you go down 1 over 6.
Beautiful. That's exactly what I want everybody to be able to tell me. Plot the point 0, 0, because the y-intercept is 0. Then from there, you go down 1 and to the right 6. Ava, you're up. Second one, what do I do?
You start at 10.
Good.
You go down 1 and then to the right 1.
Beautiful. All right, now everybody do that on your calculator. All right, under y1, type in negative 1/6 x. Under y2, type in negative x plus 10. And then remember, your plotting points should be off. Yeah. Oh, that's big trouble. All right, big trouble. So now, remember, I want everybody to zoom fit for me. All right, zoom fit. And then, why is that? Why did you leave it at your house? Oh, kids these days. All right. So again, now what I want you to do is graph it. All right. Now, again, I want everybody to remember. Now, I'm kind of reviewing this, so please listen. And if you don't know what I'm saying, you got to speak up. Remember, that's part of the problem I'm having with some of you. Some of you don't talk to me. All right. So again, if you graph it after you hit the zoom standard, is the point of intersection in the window?
No.
No, it is not. So we have a problem. So what I want everybody to do right now is I want everybody to go to second calc. And then when it says intersection, I want you to hit 5. Then you hit enter 3 times. And then it's going to come up and say error. Right? The reason why it says error is because the point of intersection is not in the window. It is outside the window. The intersection, put your hand down. The intersection should be in the window in order for the calculator to find it. Is everybody with me? So now, all right, what I need you to do is I need you to hit window, and then the X-min, X-max comes up, correct?
Yeah.
I want to extend the X-max. I want to extend the X-max to 10. I mean, not to 10, but to 20, sorry. Extend it to 20. Then hit graph. And then what happens to the point of intersection? You can see the point of intersection. All right? Don't tell me it's not working. Here we go. Listen, guys. Listen, I know for certain what I'm saying is correct. So that means that you have done something incorrect. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to correct it right now. Listen, hey, everybody's got to listen. I don't care if you know. I want people to follow instructions. So first thing I want everybody to double check is under y1, did you type in negative 1/6 x? Hey, shh, come on, stay with me. Then under y2, negative x plus 10. Then what I want you to do, double check, is I want you to hit zoom standard. When you hit zoom standard, that takes you into a negative 10 by 10, negative 10 by 10 window. Is everybody with me? Now, who can't do that? Everybody good? Everybody good? Okay, so now you're supposed to realize that if I ask the calculator to find the point of intersection, it cannot because the intersection is outside the window. So what I need to do is I need to extend the window so that the point of intersection is in that window. So to extend that, I need you to go to Window, and then you will see an X min and an X max. If you do the min, you're going to mess everything up. You want to extend the maximum. Instead of it being 10, you want to make it what? 20. Could you make it 50? Yes, but it wouldn't matter. It's just got to be bigger. So make it 20. What? You type in 20. You change the maximum to a 20. And then once you change the X max to a 20, you then hit graph. And then what you do is you see, wow, okay, now the point of intersection is on the window. And then you hit second, calc, 5, enter, enter, enter. And that should tell you what the point of intersection is. Am I right?
Yes.
Isabel,
Oh, yes.
we're good?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Carson, we good?
Yes.
Anybody? Hubble, we good?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you, it's really simple. And everybody on the next test is going to make a what grade? A 100, because you can check all of your answers with the calculator. All right, it'll be very simple. Now, right now, it's not so simple because we've got to practice a little bit more. But by the time Tuesday rolls around, you'll be an expert at it if you listen. All right? Now, the correct answer for question number 1 was somebody.
12, -2.
So everybody just writes 12, -2. All right? Now, if you're one of the kids who says, wow, I don't really know how to graph, we are in a lot of trouble. So if you don't know how to graph, now's the time. It's really easy. All right, we've done it 1,000 times now. All right, so now I want everybody to take a look at number 3. And I want someone to take a look at number 3 and tell me what the problem is for the first one. Yes, ma'am, you are brilliant. If I move the X, what does that become? Hold up, let her finish. Right, so it becomes Y equals? Exactly. Y equals -x minus 5. Now, since you're doing such a great job, tell me how to graph that now.
You start off with -5.
You go down -5, then from there,
And then you go down 1.
down 1 over 1. Perfect. Virginia, this one, how do I graph?
You go to Y.
Nope, just tell me how to graph it by hand if you were going to do it.
You do the Y is -2.
And then,
And then you go down 4.
everybody knows how to graph, I'm hoping. All right, so now you just type that into Y1 and Y2. And then I would like Carson to tell me what the answer is. Shh. Is that correct?
Yes.
-1, -4. Now look, here's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Guys, I can't help you if you don't say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Everybody comfortable with -1, -4? Right? There's nothing I can do if you're not going to talk to me. All right, I expect everybody in here to know how to use their graph now, their calculator. And I expect everybody to know how to graph. And I expect everybody to know how to find the point of intersection if they're graphing. Any issues? Last chance. All right, let's have some more fun. All right, let's take a look at number 5 now. All right, everybody take a look at number 5. This is what I tried to teach you on Monday. We're solving by using a what? Substitution. Now, somebody last class will ask me, I don't know how you tell if it's a substitution. Well, here we go. How do I know you're going to use the substitution? If it is set, a variable is equal to something, then it's automatically a substitution. Everybody with me on this? So now, wherever I see an X, I can put what? That is correct. So I'm taking this quantity right here, and I'm moving it in to X. When I do that, that becomes 2, open parentheses, -4y minus 9 minus 3y equals 4. Now I'm giving you a chance right now. Hubble, you need to be with me. Where's your iPad? Okay, come on, man. Let's go. All right, move it over. Sit next to it. Get busy. Come on. Now, Hubble, you have to be with me now. You have to be paying attention up here. You have to be listening to what I'm saying. Do you understand this step right here, even though you're waiting on your iPad to charge?
Yes.
What?
I have a question. So, for number 3,
I'm on number 5.
Yeah, no, but why would number 3, the second one, be a substitution too?
You can do it as a substitution. I told you to do it as what?
Okay.
Yes. Now, come on, join me. I'm on number 5. I already said, who has a question? You didn't raise your hand. Now I'm on number 5, and you're asking me about number 3. Right? Come on now. Maintain that 95 grade that you had last test. Come on, stay with me. Everybody good with this substitution? Anybody have a question? Now we got to just solve that out. To solve it out, we just distribute. So here we go. When I distribute, I end up with negative 8y minus 18 minus 3y equals 4. Now look up for 1 second. Here's where I'm expecting you to be at, guys. Look up, look up. And you can raise your hand and say, whoa, slow down. But here's what I'm expecting from you guys. Negative 11y equals 22. That's where I want you guys. Hey, look up and make sure you see what I'm saying, right? You know the negative 18 is a constant. I got to move that to the other side, right? I'm expecting everybody here can do 4 plus 18. And I'm expecting you to be able to tell me what negative 8 and negative 3 is. Is that correct? All right. Now, at the beginning of the year, that was traumatic for some of you. All right. So now you're in good shape. All right. So y equals what? Negative 2. Now that I know y is negative 2, I substitute y into this equation right up here. Wherever I see a y, I can put what now? Negative 2. So x is equal to negative 4 times negative 2 minus 9. So we know x is equal to what? Negative 1. So now my answer is, yes, negative 1 comma negative 2. You with me, Hubble? All right, please let me know. Anybody else? Any questions? Straightforward, simple. All right, so here we go. We're jumping now down to 27. Or I'm sorry, number 7. All right, so here we go. Everybody try the substitution. Now again, how do I know it's substitution? Because it says x equals. On the test, I'm not going to say do a substitution. It would be easier to do graphing. All right? You're going to do it how it's set up, the easiest way to do it. You're going to have to know all the process. All right? So right now, we're doing a basic substitution. So everybody should be substituting in. And when we substitute in, we end up with 2, open parentheses, 4y plus 8 minus 8y equals 6. Distributing 8y plus 16 minus 8y equals 6. All right, so now we have a problem, right? Because the negative 8y and the positive 8y do what to each other? Cancel. So now you have to answer, is it a true or false? It is false. All right, if it is a false statement, that means there is no solution. But more importantly, I need you to understand what no solution means. What does no solution mean? Thank you. There is correct. The lines will not intersect. All right, because they are what? Because they are parallel lines. That's what I need you to understand. All right, when it's no solution, that means that they are parallel. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes. No, it doesn't matter. Just you try to pick the easiest one, right? So, again, there's lots of different ways. All right, but soon after we do all of these problems, you'll be able to tell what's the easiest way to do it. All right, right now it's a little rusty. All right, I wouldn't expect you to know because you haven't had the experience. But soon you'll be able to look at that and say, well, obviously we're doing a substitution or graphing. All right. Now, no solution to parallel lines. All right, so let's take a look at number 9 now. Number 9 is what I tried to show you on Tuesday. All right. Now, how do I know this is an addition method? It's set up that way because when I add them, what happens? The y's cancel out. Come on, that's very simple, guys. Very, very simple. So right now we're going to add them together. All right, when you add them together, you end up with, be careful, 2x equals 18, right? Don't forget, 1 and 1. All right? So now we have what? 2x equals 18. So thank you very much. X equals what?
9.
X equals 9. So now that we know that x equals 9, we take that and we substitute it in for x. Doesn't matter what equation, again, makes no difference. All right? So now we just have 9 plus y equals 14. So y is equal to 5. And if y equals 5, the solution then would be what? 9, 5. Is everybody feeling pretty good about that? I agree. Yes, sir.
Just making sure with the addition, so I know it doesn't matter which equation you do, you still get the same answer.
Exactly correct. All right. I could have plugged 9 in to this one right here and give me the same answer. All right. So everybody take a look at number 11. All right. Don't make a careless mistake on number 11. Give you a minute. Think about it, please. Take your time. Get it right. Bless you. All right, does everybody clearly see this is addition, right?
Yeah.
Because the negative 5y and the positive 5y cancel out. All right, so now we're going to draw a line underneath it. And you would tell me that what? When I add those, what is it?
Negative 4x.
Beautiful. Negative 4x equals negative 28. So what does that tell me?
X equals 7.
Yep, x equals 7. Simple, simple, simple. All right. Now that I know x equals 7, I'm going to bring this over here and plug it in. All right. And so now what?
21 minus 5y equals 31.
Exactly. Yep.
And then it's y equals negative 2.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So now my answer is
7,
7, negative 2. Now's the time you got to speak up if you're not sure about something. Any issues? Any issues? All right. So here we go. Now on 13. Now you get to decide. On the test, you're going to get to do it however you want. But it's going to be easier one way or another. All right. Now they're both set equal to what? Y equals and y equals. So probably the easiest way to do what here? Graphing. Does everybody agree this could be a substitution problem, right?
Yes.
We could do 5 minus x equals x minus 7 and solve that pretty easily. All right, but we're practicing with our calculator. All right, so everybody type that into the calculator. All right. Tyler, how do I do the first one? If I was asking you to graph it by hand, Tyler, what would I do for this guy? How do I graph this? And be careful. What's the y-intercept? Yes. All right, it's written backwards, so I don't want you confused. So you go up 5, then what? That's exactly right. Perfect. All right, everybody see that now? Make sure you're good on that. All right. And now for Gavin, what do I do for this one? Graphing it.
You go negative 7y, you go up 1 over 1 to the right.
Exactly. Simple as that. Type that in the calculator. And what did you get?
6, negative 1.
Is that right? 6, negative 1.
Yes.
All right, 6, negative 1. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at 15 now. All right, now everybody should be getting pretty good at determining what method. What am I going?
Addition.
Yep, we're going to add this. All right. All right, when we add this, tell me, Dalton. No, but tell me, what do I get when I add to start out?
So 3x plus, minus 8 equals 1, and then plus 8, so 3x.
I'm asking you right off the bat. Just tell me how to start this problem. What do I do?
Okay. So
Yes.
2y
2y equals,
8,
so y equals,
y equals 4.
beautiful. Now you plug in.
You plug it into y, so it's 3x minus 8 equals 1.
Good.
Plus 8, so 3x equals 9. And then 9 divided by 3 is 8.
Beautiful. So my answer is
3.
3, 4. Yeah, I don't think that's that hard. 3, 4. Everybody good? Any issues? All right. Help me out now with 17. All right, everybody take a quick look at 17. Everything cancels. Right, so again, here's what I need you to do. All right. So 0 equals what? So now I want you to remember this is a true statement. Since it's a true statement, now you have to be careful. What is it? Yes, there is an infinite number of solutions. All right, that is different from all real numbers. All right, let's talk about y just real quick. All right, look, if I graph that line, and then I graph the second line, I notice that it's the what? It is the same line. So how many points of intersection are there? We say that there is an infinite number of solutions. All of these points are solutions. So there is an infinite number of solutions. Right? We do not say all real numbers. Because is this a real number over here? Look, is this a real number over here? Is that a part of the solution? No, because it's not on the line. Everybody hear me on that? All right? So what I want everybody to make sure that you do is I want you to make sure that you write down it's true, which means it is the what? The same line. So we would say there's an infinite number of solutions. But instead of writing all that out, we just abbreviate it to what? The infinite solution like that. All right? Yes, ma'am. Yes. All right? That's the symbol for infinite number of solutions. Yes.
How do you get 0 equals 0?
Well, what I did was I added this, and I got what?
You got 0.
And I added this, and I got what?
0.
And I added this, and I got what?
Oh, 0.
0 equals 0, which means it's the same line. All right, infinite number of solutions. All right, hopefully you're feeling good. All right, let's check out 19 now. All right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, on 19, there's a good little fraction involved. Don't think you've done something wrong because there's a fraction. No calculators, all right, with this one. I don't want you doing fractions with your calculator. All right, we're going to practice those. All right, we're going to practice the fractions just to make sure you're not a little rusty on your fractions. Fractions should be easy for you. Again, does everybody agree this is just a what? Addition, right? Just going to add it right in. And when we add it, what do I get? 27x is equal to 18. So when I divide, I end up with x is equal to 18 over 27. And that reduces to 2/3. Thank you. That's exactly correct. So x is 2/3. All right, anybody have any issues with that? All right, now we take 2/3 and we plug it in for x. So 12 times 2/3 minus 18y equals 14. And again, we're not using a calculator to multiply 12 times 2/3. All right, if you recall, I told you should divide first. 12 divided by 3 is 4, then times 2 is, there you go. So if you forgot, hopefully I reminded you. 8 minus 18y is equal to 14. Is everybody good with that? And now, subtract 8 from both sides. So what? Is equal to, so y is equal to, now be careful, 6 over negative 18, which is the same as negative 1/3. All right? So my answer is 2/3, comma, negative 1/3. Everybody okay with that? Any issues? 2/3, comma, negative 1/3. Any questions or concerns with that? All right, so now everybody's going to be able to tell me how to do 21. Yep, we're going to graph it real quick. Patrick, how do I graph the first one? What do I do? Up 4, then up 1 to the right 1. Read, what's next? What do I do?
Then you graph down 6.
And then?
Up 2 over 1.
Beautiful. I feel good about that. All right, so now everybody graph that on the calculator real quick, please. Practice finding the point of intersection. If you're having trouble with your calculator, please let me know. And tell me.
10, 14.
Is that right? 10, 14? All right, now 10, 14 was outside the window, so hopefully you're able to get that. 10, comma, 14. Anybody have any issues? Any issues? All right, now listen. I've got a little Friday surprise for you, so we're stopping here. All right, tomorrow we'll continue on. Here's what your homework is. Make sure you're with me. 1 through 22. Just make sure they're done. So essentially all you have to do is the what? Evens. We did the odds. Let's do the evens tonight. Now, if anybody is having any issues, stop by in the morning and let me check your work for you. All right, everybody with me on this. I'm not going to provide the solutions. All right, stop by in the morning if you need some extra help. Then tomorrow, when you get to class, if you're like, well, I kind of not sure about number 20, I'll be happy to help you with number 20. All right, but I think I'm pretty clear. All right, I want you to be an expert at solving systems of equations. Tomorrow we will be reviewing the multiplication when they didn't just add together. All right, and I'll be expecting you to type every single solution into the calculator to check it. That's why I want everybody to make 100 on the next test, because you can check all of your answers. All right, you can check all your answers. All right, with that being said, the end. Now, try to get your homework done. All right, how much time do we have left? You may know? 2 minutes. How much? How much? 33. So you got almost 8 minutes, 9 minutes maybe. Get busy. All right, try to finish up.